Why are you up?
Because I got some important shit going on here. What do you think?
Boom, the well pass.
That's all I'm saying. Leroy want a piece of what? Nigga, I'll shoot. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. All right, Mandrelli, I know you're gonna come up. Anybody want to come up? You've been invited. I don't. Savannah dropped off. She'll be back in a few seconds. She's doing her best.
Yeah. See if anybody.
Y'all see all that pretty she had to get on.
Yeah, she looked beautiful. I love her dress.
Absolutely.
I love
her. Her internet or whatever she got, it's just failing her right now.
Well, we got a little sprinkle of her. That was a treat.
So we got Mandrell instantly came up.
Yay! Hi, Mandrell.
What's up, Mandrell?
Hey, Lexie, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm all right.
You like
I'm
my?
all right.
Hold on,
I
let me get you the introduction.
I do like it.
Yes,
the champ is here!
Yes,
the champ is here!
That's right.
We got Mandrell in the building.
Yo, this is a world that you always hear about, but you never meet anybody in it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You never actually meet anybody. That's why, like, we were having that conversation over on CJ's. I had so many questions. I was like, I told people, you have any idea how rare it is to meet somebody in that? And I'm supposed to not ask questions? What are you talking about? Okay.
Did you see the contract? Did you see the contract?
I did see the contract. I did see the contract.
Okay.
Yes.
I did that for you. Because I told you the night that I would bring something so you could see, see its tangibility actually. Yeah.
I still don't see the point. Maybe we can just agree to not do weird shit. Like, who wants to do something with animals? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I thought that would be a given, but
right, I know, but but it's part in this lifestyle. People do have extremes, and it's very important that you just set your hard limits.
Extreme for me is a male being a submissive. That's extreme for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this whole thing with the slaves. Tell me what the slaves. If the slave isn't getting laid, what's the fucking point? Why would you volunteer for that?
Because they are not typically guys that would normally even get laid.
This ain't making it better.
Well, they
Hey, bro, listen.
I'm just saying. This isn't making it better. This isn't helping.
They're just happy to be around a beautiful woman.
Listen.
Wow.
It's like a celebrity, right? People who are celebrities, their staff, usually their assistants and their staff cater to them because they just want to be around that celebrity. That celebrity, they idolize that person, so they'll do whatever they need. They'll go get girls. They'll go get them Starbucks at 3 a.m. They'll, they'll do. So it's kind of like that. You're with somebody that's seeing you as a goddess, because, and so they're there to serve you just because they get to be in your presence.
No, but you hear this? Listen to what she just said.
I know. Believe me, these
they're
guys
here to serve you. Wait, they're here to serve you just for the honor of being in your presence.
Yeah, could you believe that? Yeah.
No, I can't believe that. I do, because you told me.
It's like
this.
It's like in the vanilla world, you might call it a simp, right? This is like this is the epitome of a total simp. This man doesn't even think he's a man. You know what I mean? He doesn't use his penis the way that you use it. He doesn't have access to women like that. He just doesn't.
Why don't he just go outside? I mean, there's online shit now. I mean, dating apps and the like.
These guys are socially awkward. Like they are not. They're like accountants at a big firm with the glasses and the pens in the pocket. You know what I mean? And they're like, I want somebody I want to be somebody's slave, And with those, you know, occasionally you let them have an orgasm, but that's not allowed. You put them in a chastity. You wrap their penis up in a metal.
And these guys let you do this.
Oh yeah.
But listen, Mandrell, listen. I want to show you something, right? I got it queued up. I had it queued up this whole time. Because I knew what the topic was going to be. A lot of these dudes look like alpha, but you get little glimpses of them, and you know they're not really alpha. Take a look.
All right, go ahead.
That nigga's a munch. Nigga's a eater. He eat it for lunch. You said that a little too spicy. I like that song. We know. And I like her. Okay. The song is all right. That song is better than all right. Oh, you thought I was feeling you?
This the spice for me. I just need to see.
Thought I was feeling you? That nigga's a munch. Nigga's a eater. He eat it for lunch.
Man, Joe, be niggas that look like they men, but they don't. They listen. You seen the gender reveal I did. You seen the shit.
I did see that.
These niggas, man.
It's shit, and the thing is, it's stuff I wouldn't even pay attention to until you actually said, "Hey, check this out," and I was like, "Oh man, wait," and there it is. You're right. You know what I mean? And like
in real life, for me, like a guy who I see, like in my head, the way that I think, oh, he's a total slave is like when I see a guy in a picture kissing his wife's belly because she's pregnant. You know what I mean? That he's like kneeling beneath her. That looks so wimpy. You know what I mean? That looks so wimpy. Like really, like you're making a man do it. That's not masculine. You know what I mean? Like I see guys in the vanilla world who operate as if they were a slave to women, and then they like to act as if they're the dominant in their space. And it's like, dude, you're such a freaking wimp. Like, it shows. Like, just because you have money and you have access, you don't even know what to do with that. Like, you're like kind of like the Facebook guy. He's just a total simp. He had to marry an Asian woman who's older than him. Like,
first of all, Lexie, I love that you call the rest of those niggas vanilla. Okay. Second, I think that's hilarious. Second, bang. Your accent doing it to me. Just saying. Okay. Your accent doing it to me. Just saying.
Your accent's crazy.
The accent, isn't it?
I be acting like I'm all right, but I'm really back here struggling.
My accent?
Yeah, your accent.
You like
fabulous. It? Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's not to like? What do you mean?
It's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mandrell, you made my 4 cheeks blush. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4. Yeah, exactly.
Bang.
Hi, Mandrell. Hey. You're fun. You're a lot of fun.
I'm just saying. The sexiness of the conversation. Oh, how is that, Brittany?
Mandrell brings that energy. It's
yeah.
I'm being respectful because I know you're spoken for. But
yeah, and believe me, I'm holding back of the shit I really want to say because of that.
That's not good.
When she said, no, but when she said I'm making her 4 cheeks blush, I had something got locked and loaded right for that. I was like, oh. Can't say it. I had something for it too, man. I was like, man.
If it was a couple of months ago, you'd have been all on it.
Oh, God, yes. If it was a couple of months ago, yes.
But
we got BTB in the building. What's up, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Lexie.
I was gonna say, back in like those medieval times, a lot of queens and princesses had a slave who would sit in the corner, and in Games of Thrones, they kind of touched on this. And
with squires say, like, and all that.
Slave, come here and service my pussy. And he would just go lick her out, make her come, and then he'd go back to his corner or go do a chore. and she would utilize him like that, like an object. Like if it was a vibrator, you know, back then they'd have a slave who would just service her pussy.
And he doesn't get to come or nothing like that.
Nothing. He doesn't. His body isn't functional.
Shit.
He all he does is.
Damn.
Listen, I'm trying to get y'all to not be surprised at who's submissive. Most men that have spent their life being monogamous, most men that was raised by their mother, are submissive. Most of them. It's a lot of males.
Yeah.
Only fucking dudes like myself who just ran around the planet doing what the fuck we want to do. We usually the ones that's not submissive. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I don't got to take you out to fuck you. I'll fuck you right now.
And you get it too. And you get it too. Just like that. Especially if you direct like that.
Yeah, you get it. Absolutely. If you go on if you're going to say, I'm going to be monogamous, and then you go on a guy's trip, and then you're like taking a walk, I don't know, by the pool, and you see a cute girl there, you know, you got that swag, you got that energy, it's going to rise up. You're going to be like, yo, I feel like I'm unnatural to myself. It doesn't mean you want to bang her. Maybe you do, but you feel like you want to talk to her and be like, can I buy you a piña colada or something? You know, and then you move different than your fellas, maybe. Like you're still monogamous, but the way that you do your dirt is a little bit different. It's not in front of your fellas. You move a little different. You connect with the girl. You tell her, look, you know, this is my number, and I'll see you a little later. And nobody even knows you're doing this behind the scenes. You're just, because I just don't believe a guy is not going to have sex if he can get away with it, even if he's monogamous. And he could live with that. He's okay. He's like, whatever. Now you go home and everything's fine. Are your girl's happy? She believes you're monogamous. And that's it. You don't have to feel guilty. You took care of yourself. You were nice to the girl. You met a nice girl. You used a condom. And you came back home the way you said you would, and everything is back to normal. You know, it's the monogamous guys who really stick to the monogamy, and then they start falling in love with the mistress and falling in love with the bartender. You know, every time a girl gives him a little attention or laughs at his joke, he's like, I think I have a connection with Tracy. Who the hell's Tracy? The bartender where we go for happy hour. You know, she flirts with everybody. No,
exactly. She's a bartender. It's her job to flirt.
It's the voice with me. It's the voice.
It is, yeah. It's the voice.
I couldn't take it.
It's just like she said.
It's the man voice that she made up.
Yeah, like Lexie said earlier, the guys who fall in love with strippers.
Yes.
I never understood it. Never understood it.
All right, listen. That's why I gotta tell myself. I fell in love with like 2 strippers. They were amazing. I ain't gonna say a lot to you. I couldn't take it. I was young. They was hot. They was built right. I was, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll just talk up. You didn't know any better at the time.
Yeah, that's different. That's different than
I didn't know what love. I didn't know what love was.
Yeah, like I said, you didn't know any better at the time.
But
I never understood it though. My thing, it's the profession that got me. That gave it away from me. I was like, wait a minute. She works in a strip club, right? Yeah, what's wrong with her doing that? Nothing. But check it out. She flirts for a living to get money out of dudes.
Right.
You really think she's in love with you? Or she says she's loves me, man. She says it to everybody every night. Like that's the part that I mean, you know, I was like, look at what's going on here, man. You don't see this? It's the same thing with bartenders, except you know, they're not taking their clothes off. Well, some of them, depending on where they work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those kind of guys that they hold back on that monogamy like it's an award. I've never cheated on my girl. Then you got mental problems. You got mental health. You got mental health issues. I bet you do.
Bang, 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 bang.
How do you live like that? How do you like how?
For some guys, I guess they want to live for Christ. They want to prove their vows.
Those are the freaks.
But those are I'm about to say those be the biggest freaks.
Those are the slaves that I'm talking about.
Those are the slaves.
Those are the slaves.
Are they really?
Slaves. Yeah, because they're like, oh, most of them are married, or their wives look like a tub of lard, and they go to church and they do all this stuff, and then they want to be dominated. They want to be trampled on. They want to be used. They want to be made to feel like an object, because their life sucks. They have they definitely have no sex, and they can't probably get hard anymore because their wife, is just disgusting to look at, and that's what they live with. They don't have access. So what do? They're like on the websites, FetLife, AltLife, trying to find a woman who needs a domestic servant or needs a butler so that they can be around that. And then they'll make time for it. They make time for it.
So I'm trying to understand the point of the slave shit. I mean, I understand your point of view perspective. Okay. I'm talking for these dudes. Like, the fuck's going? This is why I believe in euthanasia, Noble.
Yeah.
This is why I believe in euthanasia. Yeah. People like that, dudes like that. It's like, why? What purpose do they serve?
Yeah.
How you get right there?
I'm just saying. It's just.
Yeah. It's true.
I'm just saying, what purpose do they serve? Like, that's they're okay with this? You understand. You get some out of it. Hey, fix my fucking wine and bring me my pretzels. I get it. Yeah. And it's like I said earlier, I mean,
it's what she said. Some of these dudes would never earn their way into a room with Lexie. You know what I mean?
No way, not in their life. Never in their life. Not even in death could they ever encounter a woman who is just exquisite. It just is not around. It's not their world. They're like very maybe he's a teacher. Maybe he works at the post office. You know what I mean? Maybe he's an accountant. These guys are like, you don't even see them. You really don't even notice them when they're in a room. They're that minuscule, and they know they're that small. They know that they're worthless because they have to be married to these women that they don't desire. They made kids with this woman that they're not into, and then they're into the lifestyle, and they are. That's so funny, Jelly.
She's slapping the shit on me.
And behind the scenes, the wife doesn't know. The wife doesn't know that he's doing this.
I don't think the wife cares if it's gotten that far.
Yeah.
So it's some guys being slaves that have wives?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy right there. Is that cheating then?
I don't know.
If he's not having, that's why I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like monogamy, because there's no rules.
He's cheating. I'm sure to the woman who's a tub of lard, he's cheating even if he looks at me. So imagine if he's under my command doing what I say. She's over there at the house preparing his, whatever mac and cheese and shit, a glass of milk. You know what I mean? He has to go home and eat mac and cheese with a glass of milk. He's not allowed to have a beer. Like that type of stuff. And it's just like.
I don't get that shit either. Wait, what woman's gonna? I'll be goddamn. I come home, I want a beer, and I'm not gonna have one.
But there's some guys.
I never understood that. What are you talking about? Wait, what do you mean? What? There are guys walking around like that for real? Like, seriously?
When you go to Walmart, and you see the wives, how ugly and disgusting they are.
Yeah, I do see that.
And I imagine that poor guy has to eat that vagina.
Bang, bang.
That guy has to get all up in there and make her feel good. Are you kidding me? That's horrible. So then he sees me, and I tell him, you could be at my feet in my presence. He's like, I'm happy to be at your freaking feet if you see what I have to sleep with. I
That's
sleep
a good
with
perspective.
And you see them. Like when I go to the Walmart,
Bang,
I see them.
bang,
I go through the
bang,
aisles I go through. I freaking call them. I can feel it. I'm like, look, he's following me. And then I flirt with them, and I walk by the car around the wife and really make him nervous. I'll make him pee on himself. He'll be like shook because I'll say, "Oh, I like your shirt." He'll be like, "Oh my God, this woman said she likes my shirt in front of my freaking lard ass wife." And the wife will be like, "Alfred, get over here. Get over. What's for dinner, Alfred? What do you have for dinner?"
It's the name. I forgot the other name. Alfred, I forgot the other name. You know she went to Walmart because there'd be some names like, why do you even know that?
I mean, seriously, like I've been approached in a grocery store or Walmart or whatever, right? And if I'm like this at grocery stores, I'm there to get my shit and leave. You know what I mean? It's a test. Okay, I gotta go here because I have to go here and buy shit to eat. So I go there, and I've been hit on. And then I remember I was in a frozen food aisle looking at shit, and then a woman did pay me a compliment. I just looked at her and said, and I kept doing what I was doing. I said, "Walk with me." I put my shit in my basket, and so I grabbed my basket. I kept walking. I said, "You coming?" And she walked with me. We had a conversation, and things went on from there.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't saying this thing. What, right? How do you let a woman shake you like that? I don't comprehend it. It doesn't compute.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
It's a game to me. Like when I go to a place, like if I go to Target and I see a fat chick or ugly chick trying to read me or look at me in some type of way, I'm like, oh, if she's with her man, I'm gonna go up and down the aisle. I'm gonna bend over. I'm gonna freaking have a nip slip. I'm gonna drive her the hell crazy. Because yes, bitch, you need a waist trainer and you need that tea that you get on Instagram. You need that tea that you get on the Instagram, that Chinese tea. You need to.
Yeah, and these women, I don't understand why they're mad. Like I've told women to their face, "Why you mad?" I've told cousins this, "Why you mad?" That skinny bitch. No, that's your fault. What do you mean? Right. Look at you. See, hey, see, you too hard. You talk to us too rough. What do you mean? It's the truth. You sit there. You didn't work out. You sat there, ate whatever you wanted, and got fat. Now you're mad because that woman took care of herself.
Right. And they'll be Marvin,
I want to address two things.
Go wait in the car, Marvin. Go wait, and I'm going to tell you something when I see you in the car, Marvin. And then I'm like, poor Marvin. I'll be like, Marvin, you're a cutie. Have a great day. And that guy is like, you don't give a shit what he has to deal with.
Yeah, you brighten his day. You brighten his day, apparently.
Then he just gonna be a slave. So the bell asks, who is collecting the 10,000 K on a membership? If y'all remember, we showed the. You got it like right there. Yeah. So he asked that, and then we've had a few people ask about they not ask, but state that the slave master had sex with his slaves and stuff. So. Which one you want to deal with first? The contract deal, the contract deal, or
with the club, the 10 Gs.
Yeah.
That's the first level membership. The next level is 50,000, and then the one above that is $1 million a year. So for $10,000 a year, it's like if you were in a country club, you're able to be a part of the club. You get certain privileges, and then you get a certain price for events. Versus people who are not members, they can come to the events, but they have to be vetted and they need to be referred by 2 members. 2 members need to refer you for a party, and then also for when you're seeking membership, you have to be vetted, and 2 members need to refer you then as well. If you have let's say you have the $50,000 membership, that probably comes with beautiful bottles of wine or beautiful, liquor, beautiful setup, a beautiful table, or a beautiful area for you and your guests at the party. And then the $1 million mark, maybe they'll even fly you out, because the club that I'm a member at, they have parties all over the world. So $1 million membership might get you flown out on a private jet with other members at that level to the event. They only permit about, I think it's 10 to 15 $1 million members a year. There's a cap on that, on the $1 million memberships. So that's kind of how that works. I hope that makes a little. You can, if I don't know if Mandrell is familiar with the website, but I did share the website of the that I'm a membership of last time.
It's still in one of these.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still got it. Go. Yep, got it. We'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I've been a member there since 2013.
Yes, I was trying to explain to y'all last time. This is high society stuff. This is not like the regular goofy stuff.
Yeah, this ain't
not like this is professional. I've been in doctors and shit.
Yeah, because I've been in black tie events that were invite only. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I've heard of the stuff Lexie's talking about, but for me, it's still rumor. Like, no one's actually approached me with it and invited me in. You know what I mean? So it's like when I got a chance to meet somebody and talk about it, hey, tell me about this thing you know you're into. So, and a lot of this shit I don't understand because I don't see how guys are dropping the ball here. Like the whole submissive man thing, it doesn't compute. It doesn't. Like I never understood that whole. Yeah, it doesn't compute. Like why are you telling her?
A master, like my masters. When we go to parties and we see those kind of guys, it's like it's the same reaction. It's just like you can't even be polite to them. You just want to stumble on. I don't even say hello. How are you? I'm just like, open your mouth. I need to ash my cigarette. You know what I mean? I'm just like, sit. I need an ottoman for my feet. Get on all fours so I can rest my feet on you. You know, massage my feet for an hour. Like I just see them as tools to facilitate things in my life, and some of them will even give you their checks, or and then you put them on an allowance. So imagine you have a submissive slave like that who's an accountant who's maybe making $100,000 a year, and then he gives his money to his dominant woman who makes him clean her house, and he only gets $20 a week for lunch. That's what
that will be in the contract, so it wouldn't be no type of that's crazy.
Okay.
What's up, Nisa?
Yeah.
It's just like this whole thing. Another level, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I never understood guys in this space who come in bitching and shit about women. Yeah, I asked my woman, just do this for me. Just do that for me. And it's like, they don't cooperate. I'm like, first of all, why are you asking? No, but when I first showed up on YouTube, which is like early February, really late January, I think it was last week of January or the first week of February, I came in and tore ass. Like I didn't realize it. I didn't know, but I had made a name for myself in the first week.
Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
Bang.
Right. Like I was like, first of all, why are you asking her anything?
Right.
Why don't you just tell her what you want? And if she doesn't want to do that, move on to somebody else.
Right.
Well, I get it. You want that one, but she don't want you. She don't want to cooperate. She ain't with the program. So move on to somebody else.
Right.
Tell her what to do. I never understood this whole, you should be, if I ask a woman for submission, why are you asking for submission?
Yeah, because those are the kind of guys that act like they have access to women so that they like to sound like they know how to deal with women. And then they talk like, that's how you deal with women. You really don't deal with many women. Oh no,
exactly.
I get laid often, bro. I know how to deal with women. And you're like, no, I don't think so, man. Because the way you move and describe that, it doesn't look like what the hell you're doing. Because I don't have when I meet my master doesn't have to tell me anything. Just like what you're saying. When I identify that I am interested in this man as a master, I don't need to be told much. I'm already like looking at him, reading him, taking him in. And I'll say something that I'll do in parties when I do see a man who is a master and he's available. I'll always make sure he has a drink. So when I see his drink is almost empty, I'll actually go up to him and say, excuse me, sir, would you mind if I freshen up your drink? And then he'll be like, oh, okay, go ahead, little subby. And then I go and I'm like, oh, I better not freaking spill it. I better not fucking trip because I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm going into my giddiness. I'm like, oh my God, I hope he likes me. I hope he's like, I hope my heart limits don't freak him out. And then I come back with the drink and I'm like, here, sir. And then I sometimes if he's sitting, I'll kneel before him and I'll present him with a drink. And that's a very, very big sign of respect because he doesn't own me. And then I'll ask if I may kiss his hand and I'll reach for his hand, his left hand, because it's closest to his heart. And most masters might have a ring or something in that area, like a cool college ring or something. If they do have a ring, I'll kiss the ring. And then I'll get up and I respectfully remove myself. And then he's going to inquire about me. He's going to ask the owner of the party, who's that woman? And I want to meet her because I already know. I know what he wants. I'm on to him. You know what it is for me to meet you and I'm into you. And I ask if I could freshen up your drink. I go freshen up your drink. I now present it before your eyes kneeling before you, not even looking at your eyes, just kneeling like this. And you lift my face because you love my face. And I ask him, I kiss your ring, I kiss your ring. And then I get up and I take the tray and I say, thank you, sir, for letting me serve you. And then I walk away. He's gonna be like, he's a freaking unicorn. He's gonna be like, I want her around me. I want to know, like, she's smart. She knows what she's doing. So.
You hear this, Noble? This one's dangerous.
Yes, I'm happy.
I am too. This one's dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm dangerous. I am dangerous. When it gets into my head, I'm like an assassin. I'm gonna execute. I'm gonna execute well, and I'm gonna bring the standard to the room. Because if there's another submissive who's been trying to get his attention, she now has to outdo what I just did.
And the thing is, what makes what you did so appealing is that you weren't intrusive in the conversation I was having with whoever having in my conversation. You came up, hey, would you like another drink? Yeah. You go get it, you bring it back, and you walk away. Now I get to come ask about you. Right. You weren't rude, didn't interrupt nothing. I can continue my conversation. You know what I'm saying?
And I make sure you barely see me for the rest of the night. I purposely make sure you barely see me for the rest of the night. So if you're hanging out in the living room, I go out to the pool. If I'm watching you go out to the pool, I go up to one of the rooms and watch a show. Somebody doing a show there. I purposely make sure that he doesn't see me often now at the party. So now he's like, where is that gem? And he's looking to be lured back in. And then I'll make a little appearance and he'll be like, oh, there you are. And then there's other women, because when you see a master like that, other women are also presenting themselves in their version. And so it might work for him if he wants something different. You know what I mean? If a submissive is like, sir, may I service you, in the back room and can you feed me? And that's what he likes. That if he likes a one like me that has that little shyness and that little girl inside, he's gonna be like, yeah, these are submissives that are fun that I can use. But that's the one I want to keep. That's the one I want around me.
Here's the thing. You made him hunt for it.
Yeah. There you go. True.
Seriously, we want to hunt. Like you said, you went from room to room to room. You evaded him for a while. You made sure he saw you, but you weren't in exactly the same space as him. So he had to come and follow you around. He had to follow your scent until he found you.
There you go.
In sales, we call that entice and withdraw.
Yeah.
But we got a cash app from XL Pro.
Yeah.
All right, Lexie, I see you, Lexie.
And
I said, dangerous.
When we get cash apps, super chats in the future, this is what we play.
We borrowed $20 to the mall.
So I appreciate you, XO Pro. What's the other thing I was going to say?
I made this in another language, man.
Another language? Oh, you want to hear it? English one?
We borrowed $20 to the mall.
Because I know the scene it's in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, man. He said Caesar is home. That's what he said. But
right. That's crazy, right?
I want to answer KDH.
Those aren't mind games. That's how you catch a man. First of all, she's gorgeous. I mean,
here's the thing. Like us three up here, right? Us three up here have an exceptional level of training, right? It's not the average. We've all had to pay a price or both to get the training we got. And I think people don't understand that. People don't understand that you have to, like, the differences that we want. There's a level of training and skill building that on the other side of that. Lexie just being like she is not enough. She needed somebody to train her. She said, I had 3 masters. I've had 2 mentors. You know what I'm saying? That gave me a lot of shit to read. I turned my TV off. I started watching TV because my mentor told me. So I've been reading and studying since I was 20. I haven't watched TV since I was maybe 21, 22. I've trained a lot. I've been in a lot of rooms I wasn't supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even before then, first 20 years, I was around a lot of violent people that showed me how to do stuff I wasn't supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? So the way we think about stuff and the way we hear things, it's easier for me to accept y'all world, whatever you got, Mandro, because I understand that the world that I've shown is just not real. So when it comes to it's just people, it just exists because people don't know nothing and people don't want to know nothing. And it's like they think one thing. That's why it's easy for me to come and say etymology, parsing, syntax, etymology. I'm sorry, epigenetics, this, that, the third. If I can talk about all that because that's the real world. And their world is like, so if I hear submissive males, I'm like, I see them every day. They get submissive all the time. Yeah, man, I can't. No, I can't come in. My girl. Your girl? You mean your mother? No, not your mother. Your girl that you having sex with that you paid the bills for. Oh, she told you gotta call. Okay, you nigga, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You don't know about you think you talking to. You can't hang with me. So it just doesn't surprise me, and none of this stuff really surprises me. I just be like, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level of training. It's a different lifestyle that we have. Like even Savannah, she's not regular. Like she's around a different level of training.
Yeah, it's like the guys that I tend to be drawn to, they like their space. They don't like it's like some guys just find it annoying when a girl is in front of them all the time, blowing up their phone all the time. She needs all this sense of security and all this validation, like constantly. It's not enough to just wake up and say, you're beautiful. I can't wait to come home and fuck this shit out of you. She now needs you to text her all day. It's like, he just told you he's going to fuck the shit out of you and you look beautiful. So now just like spend the day being happy, check in on him at the times you're supposed to, and make a beautiful dinner and don't be like a regular basic girl all up in his face. Show him that you understand what he thinks and give him that room. So for me, when I identify a man in the room that I like, I know other women are also seeing him, but these other women are in his face. And I'm like, I make my presence known and then I remove myself. I remain like a lure. So he has to find me. And the other women are like chasing him, and I'm the one living in his mind. And believe me, inside me, I'm a woman too. I want to be there too and be in front of his face. I'd be like, like give me that attention, but I have to play it smart. I have to play the long game because a lot of men in this space have a lot of intellect. They're very intelligent, they're very worldly. They've been through stuff. They've seen stuff. They understand humanity. They are able to take upon the responsibility of an entire female. And really like provide her with everything she could ever ask for. So some women don't know how to read that because they think that they qualify for that man. And they don't realize that man is really out of their league. They don't know that they have to do push-ups and pull-ups every day. They don't know about that.
Thank you. The part you just said before, they don't realize that man is out of their league. You know that I've met women who have the nerve to think that they were too good for me. I was like, and then when I say something like, bitch, please. You know what I mean? And who you call a bitch? They think I'm just an average guy calling them a bitch. I'm like, nah, I really mean that. Bitch, please. Who the fuck are you?
Right.
You're no one. And then I talked to him.
Right.
You talk to me. My mom even told me, you talk to people so rough. What do you mean? And I told her one day, I said, Mom, these people are ants underneath my boot.
Right.
I don't even bother squashing them.
Shit.
So what happens with
I told my mother that now, Noble, and she's just like, what happened to you? What do you mean?
See, like, for example,
I grew up.
Mandra, let's say that I go to a party and my master's there and you go to a party with your sub. You and my master would talk, you would exchange business cards and you guys would probably have things in common. And maybe you could do business together. And then let's say my master will come up to me and say, we're having Mandrell and his lady over for dinner next week. And then, because that's what you do. You're building your community. So in the vanilla world, you all can hang out, go on vacation together, play the role with vanilla people. And then, as a group of 6 or 8 or 6 or 8 couples or something, you make decisions. If some people swing, some people don't, but you're at least hanging out with the people who speak the same language. even if you're not swapping couples or doing BDSM stuff, when you're vanilla, you just like to be able to, you know, hang out with those people and not deal with the ants that, you know, that all these masters, yeah, that they step on, because that's how masters are. Masters are no motherfuckers to play with, dude. Like my last one, he was a made man. He's a wise guy. This guy flips tables in restaurants and shit. This guy is freaking crazy style. He is not one to be told what the hell to do. Don't look at my girl. Look that way. Who the hell are you to look at my girl? You're just a waiter. Like that. Like he is, everybody, when he walks into the room, everybody knows their place. Because he just has that presence and he has that reputation and he lives up to it. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Like when I met him, he went to my mother's house. He went to my mother's house and was sitting in my mother's living room. Like, I like your daughter. Your daughter's going to be okay with me. When I call her at 1 a.m, she's going to be with me. Okay? Like, even now, for Thanksgiving, he's going to bring my brother's house and my mother's house a tray of ziti and mozzarella and tomatoes. He already told me, I'm going to bring your family for Thanksgiving. Let them know I'm coming by. And then he's like, when are you going to be done with whatever you're doing in Scottsdale? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not going to get back with you. I've been released. We agree upon that. But that doesn't mean crap to him. You know, the moment I step back in Jersey and I go to the restaurants that we all frequent and he sees me and people see me, nobody's going to come up to me. No one in the world that we were playing in, vanilla or lifestyle, will ever approach me. Because one guy did, and he went to the restaurant and kicked that guy's ass in the back. He did. And I was like, what the hell?
Shout out to Jersey.
And I was like,
hold on. Speaking of
this is what happens with guys who try to flirt with my girl. And he put it on this guy, Pat. He goes, that's what happens. And the guy was, I'm sorry. I was like, oh my God.
He didn't fight back?
Huh?
He didn't fight back, the guy?
The guy ended up the guy had to pay extra money every week.
You gotta be kidding.
It's the mob, Mandra.
I don't care who it is. I get what you're saying.
But I was feeling you.
I get what you're saying, Noble. Much. But at the same time, bruv.
It's the mob. Okay, all right, okay. Is it worth in front of your body and all the skin again?
You don't look at a main man.
I know who it is, but at the same time, I'm like, yo.
You don't look at a main man's wife, mistress.
How is he? Here's my thing. This is why I'm reacting this way. How is he supposed to know that that guy is a made man?
He knows.
And how does he
posing? That's his business.
He knows.
That's his job.
Okay, so he knows. Oh, he was all the way wrong anyway. Then he got what he deserved. Then he got what he deserved. If he knew, if he knew, then that's a different story. He got what he deserved.
We would go to this restaurant all the time, and then one time I went and I got there earlier than my guy, and I sat there, and then my guy, the owner, who was this little twerp that looked like Danny DeVito, made himself comfortable at the bar seat next to me, talking to me like in a relaxed fashion, you know, like at ease. He was too at ease, and my dude walked in there and said to me, let's go to the back, and did that, and he did a video. He said, this is what happens to men, and he sent it to me. He goes, remember that next time anybody tries to talk to you. And I was like, oh my freaking Lord. Yep. And then the guy had to pay him money, extra money. The guy was already paying him every week. The guy had to pay him extra money, and he told him, you better pay me my money, or I'll set your place on fire.
Okay. Oh shit. Well, here's, like I said, if he knew, then that's a different story. I get it. Yeah, he asked for that shit. Because he knew better.
Well, we got a cash app from Brittany B.
Brittany.
I think it's 25. Yeah. She definitely definitely supported the channel, and you know, the new norm is when we get a cash app, it allows me to play my video that I love so much.
Brittany, thank you so much.
We borrowed $20 to the mall.
That was perfect.
But
So is you?
Yeah.
You get? Can we hear you, Savannah?
Can you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. You sound great.
Speak up, baby girl.
Y'all are all
I'm frozen.
So
Oh, we frozen
really
on your screen, but we can see you.
This is the website. Can people see it? They have the
Oh, don't show
yeah. Yeah, I said that.
Okay, cool.
Let me see. I'll share it again. I put it in the chat. Send it to JLE. I don't know if she got it or not.
Thank you, Lexie.
So yes, Super Savannah, we can finally hear you. What's your take? You look amazing. You was definitely worth the wait. Your hair is incredible.
I know. You look
skin all even.
Huh? It was a lot of work.
He's like glowing.
Yeah. The topic. This was a little out of my element. I should have come last week, but I think it's interesting to see how tough it is for people to grasp the concept of this realm. I haven't been trained in any of this, but I would say my dad has been my only mentor, so I do understand the psychology behind it, but it's just interesting to see most people's reactions to the contract and things like that. But it's a very serious thing, and it's not pimping for goodness sake.
Bill.
It's very serious because you are doing things with a person at your leisure, and you're responsible for a whole human being like a child. You have that responsibility. So
yeah,
that's why a lot of men wouldn't even qualify as a master in BDSM, let alone in vanilla life. They think they are. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, you can't even buy me a slice of pizza, dude. You're telling me let me borrow $2. And tell men how to do stuff. You guys don't know what you're doing. You don't know. You have to make her submit. And you're like, dude, they just do it. No, women don't do that. And it's like, I don't believe that you've been with that many women, dude. I don't believe it. Because when a girl's into you, she is into you. Like, it's over. It's so over, ho. She's going to be like a transformer. She's going to be like, ding, ding, ding. Like, what do you need? What can I do? Anything for you. You don't have to tell her much. Right. Maybe she makes you a sandwich and you're like, oh, I like a little bit more mustard than you put, babe, but it's still a good sandwich. She's like, do you want me to make you another one? I'll eat the one I made you and I'll make you another one. And you're like, yes, as a matter of fact, yes, do that. And she, and she's there, babe, is this enough mustard? And then, and you're like, yeah, and she eats, whatever it is. Like, you could tell her, she's not going to be like, I'm sorry, I'll get it better next time. She's going to be like, can I do that for you again? Can I try that again now? And you might be like, no, save it for later. Or you'd be like, no, yeah, let's do that right now. She's there to please you. The best thing is that, she doesn't have anything to think about. Like when, that's so funny, Jenny.
Yeah, good night to Brittany B. She said, gotta go to Fight Club with all the submissive.
Oh my God, Brittany, go handle those. Crack a whip, Brittany. Crack a whip.
That's the part I don't get there. Like Brittany B be over there running shit.
Oh yeah.
It just amazes me.
But
I've never watched. I've never watched Fight Club. I've only watched Brittany B. Since she's a sweetheart on her own channel. So.
Mandrell, in this dynamic, the man is worshipped and the woman is desired. In the fundamentals of this, the man is to be worshipped and the woman is to be desired.
Okay.
So
that's the way it should be, though.
Right.
Why would anyone have a problem with this?
Well, some people don't understand that they have to worship their man. Ooh, you look like you need to be in a movie, Savannah. Like you look like really like badass.
Yeah.
No, some people think that they're equal in their relationship, or they bring love. You know, they think love is what matters most. And I love myself, so I don't really need love. I need to be desired. You know, I need to be needed. I need to be craved. I need to be used. That's what I need. I don't need love. I need to be put to work.
Amen.
And a man needs to be worshipped from head to toe, his mind, his body, and his soul.
Miguel. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at Zone. I'm just having a ball.
He's Jersey.
Lexie's titty is a Syrian. He oh Lord have mercy.
There we go.
Yep. This is I'm a whole lot of fun.
Y'all ever seen like children hanging on the top bunk on a what's the bunk bed? That's what the Lexie look like. That's what she look like right now. It's like they just swinging their feet off. Sorry.
You look great.
Thank you.
Like we look like bums. Better y'all too. That's what y'all thought.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but you guys are the frame and we're the picture, so it's okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Ladies, this is what y'all got to compete with. And you're no match at all.
See you, Brittany. Yeah.
It's very serious. It's very serious because the competition is fierce. Competition is fierce. Like,
is it? I don't see much competition for you.
No, I'm saying for the women who don't adhere. For the women who don't adhere, there's women like me and Savannah.
Oh, then there's no competition. Again, it's easy for y'all. It's easy for you. What?
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny said, Savannah is so freaking gorgeous. She said, payback from you making me blush on Bernard when Jenny had cammed up on Brother Bernard's. To my knowledge, that's the only time she intentionally cammed up was on Brother Bernard.
Yep,
so
that is.
Jenny is gorgeous. She has that natural beauty.
Oh my God, world class! You're so cute. But de nada, papito lindo. No, but Mandrell, this is the fundamentals of the way that I live and the dynamics of the relationships that I've had has been under this. I can't be with somebody who isn't going to be understanding of this lifestyle. So now that I've been in Arizona for 1.5 years, now I found the space where they have those kind of parties, and I'm going to start attending them. And it's like a debutante. And I'm going to debut myself and introduce myself to the available masters and see if I find the suitable and compatible one to provide me with his leadership and just make me even more of a masterpiece.
So you get to choose a master, right?
I present myself to him, and a master could present himself to me too and ask if he could court me, or if I would sit with him for a glass of champagne. And then I would say yes, and he would just ask me some questions just to see maybe my experience, what I'm comfortable with, and in that dynamic, a lot of subs they just like to talk. I don't do that. I ask for permission to speak, and then they'll say you have permission, or they'll say to me, yes, please, you could speak freely, and you could be at ease. You could be at ease, like that term, at ease.
Mm-hmm.
You could be at ease, and you could speak freely. And then I could be like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Thank you for, letting me be here, sit with you. And they're like, oh, you're fine. You're so cute. And, you're able to be a little bit more of yourself because he wants to see that. But I asked for that permission. If not, he might say no, because he likes the control that I'm giving him. He'll say no, continue to ask for permission, little subby. And I'll be like, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And that's it. And then I'll be like, permission to speak, sir? And then he'll say, yes, go ahead. And I'll say, where do you live, sir? And then he's like, I live in XYZ. And then I'll say, okay. And he would be like, is that far for you? And I might say, no, that's close, you know. And then, you know, and it's just like that. It's just like you're constantly, and then for me, like I'm really not comfortable sitting on the same level in a conversation like that. I might ask if I may be at his feet, and then he might think that's too much, and he'd be like, I appreciate that and your graciousness. I could tell what type of submissive you are, but here I don't need you to do that. And I'll be like, okay, but he knows that I'm letting him know that I've already like have experience, you know. And because then until he courts me, that he takes me out on a date or whatever, then we'll deep dive into conversations, so he can see if I'm the one for him. And so if I identify someone, I have to be very subtle and respectful, and just touch him once, kind of thing, with bringing the drink, and then wait till he requests or summons me. So let's say he goes and tells the host of the party, later on, I want this room over here set up for that submissive and I want you to bring in there a bottle of champagne and maybe some snacks or strawberries, I don't know, or something. And then I'll be there at the party doing my thing, avoiding him, and then I'll be summoned. Someone will come up to me and say, you've been summoned by Master So-and-so. He's waiting for you in that room. And I walk into that room. He's sitting in the chair. He's like, he wants a little bit of one-on-one time with me because he saw how I move in the room and how I approached him. And he'll give me the opportunity if he likes my style and my presence. And then that's where I kind of sell myself. That's kind of, if I really like him, I like what he's saying, that I'm selling myself a little bit. Let him know I'm very obedient, I'm very loyal, I'm trained. If you need to call my previous owners, you can, and he could see the urgency and the eagerness for me because, and I know you've heard this from me before, because I'm lost. Until I have my master, I am lost. So I'm trying to gain that sense of like direction and purpose. So I'm eager, this is an important thing for me. This brings a lot of value into my life and it makes me a better human being. It just makes me a better person. Because I walk with confidence, Mandro, like I walk with no doubt. Like there's a contract, there's an agreement. I don't have to wonder like about anything. So.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm just taking all this shit in.
Do I have permission to fight Zone?
Oh yeah, go. I love that you asked her permission. Let her know, Noble.
Bruh.
I made time out a couple times.
And it's like I said, Noble, most men would not know what to do with Lexie. Like if you gave them a woman who would do whatever they told them to do, even I'm shocked at how few guys know what to do with that.
Them niggas will run into a corner.
Right. They run
into a corner, jerk off.
Why? She'll do what you want. She'll do whatever you tell her to do. Why are you jerking off?
Run to the kitchen, grab a handful of cereal, eat it, go in the corner and beat off, and then nut on the wall. That's what niggas to do.
Boy. Man.
I don't want to say shit because I told them niggas before, I don't want to help y'all niggas. I really don't not that way. I really don't want to help y'all because y'all suck. And I don't know. You just gotta that's why I kind of started with the shit that I was taught. I taught basics and fundamentals, and then I was taught the basics and the fundamentals. And then after that, I was taught the basics and the fundamentals. And then after that, I was taught the basics and the fundamentals. And that's it. And that's all I was taught. And you find extravagant shit in those other worlds by operating those basics and fundamentals in an extraordinary way. And that's it. And these niggas don't want to do that. They just want submission because you've seen it on YouTube. That's not how life works, man.
No, it's not.
It don't work like that.
And those fake wannabes, because in BDSM, we call those guys wannabes. In BDSM, they're called wannabes. They tend to be the type of guys who will hit women.
Yes.
They're that effeminate internally that they forget that they black out when they go off and they will hit a woman. Yep, because they hate themselves because they're trying to be masculine and they know they're not. And then they try to compete with a man like you or a man like Noble. And then they can't. and then they go home and they take it out on this woman.
Yes.
Who is with him because of convenience, or maybe she's desperate.
Yes.
And he knows that that's not really a dom submissive dynamic. And then she annoys him. And then one day he hits her, or he freaking, that side, that rage of him not loving himself. You're so funny.
You're hilarious. That's $10,000 a year. I thought it was just an entry fee. That's a year.
A year,
yeah. Here's the thing. But here's the thing. It says here on the website per annum, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have any idea how many times I've used that word since being on YouTube and no one knew what the fuck that meant?
All right. I'm sorry, I got lost in a train of thought of just all that goodness I just heard. Washed.
They would be fools to resist my divine power.
His death was a necessary loss. Soon I will have a new apprentice, one far younger and more powerful.
Remember, when a king is loved as I am, much can be accomplished.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class